In this video, we're going to talk about some of the things that you have to prep before doing your DIY tint kit. So we're going to talk about what's in the kit for most kits, and then we're also going to talk about how to prep your door, and then of course how to mix your solution before getting started. So first, let's talk about what's going to be included in your kit. Depending on the variation that you get, and you'll get your tint, of course, right here. You're also going to get some of these strips as you see right here, and these strips are actually very, very important. And they can be in various colors, but we try to use a very bright color like orange or yellow and so on. If you have a certain variation of a kit, for example, the Cybertruck, you actually don't need to have a heat gun because the glass is flat enough. But for the Model 3 and other models really, you are going to have have a heat gun, so we'll provide that as well. You will get gloves if you want to use gloves, that's up to you. You will get this packets, which will include 4 per kit, and then you just really need 2 per bottle. Okay, you're going to get this squeegee, this red squeegee right here. You'll get a white tool like this, and it could look like this, or it looks like more of a butter knife, like a spatula. And this is so that you can kind of get in the trim. You will get a little sponge that looks something like this, and we really like this because it cleans it really nicely without leaving a whole bunch of like lint or any sort of residue, right? And then of course you also get a microfiber, and then you get your bottle, which you'll fill it up with clean water. Typically we actually recommend distilled water, but if you don't have access to that, water is fine. Just be aware that sometimes some waters can be kind of hard and mineral rich, so you want to be careful with that. What's not included in the kit is going to be tape, and then we typically like using any painter's tape, and a garbage bag. And a garbage bag is going to be used to protect the door side panel, so just keep that in mind. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to actually protect your door, and this part is going to be optional. We are just using water and dish soap, so it's really not really going to damage the door panel necessarily. But if you just want to avoid cleaning up a whole lot later down the line, this is a good way and a good step. I typically recommend people to just expand your trash bag like this. And we wanted to use something that's very, very common in the household, which most everybody will have a trash bag. And I recommend using a scissor instead of a knife that I'm using right now. But I have a knife here, apparently not a scissor, so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to go ahead and split it down the middle right here. And then I'm just going to keep continuing it all the way down. And it helps if you have someone holding this, because I don't have anybody holding, so I can't really provide tension. And that's kind of part of the issue, but I was able to just split it. And now that I split it, I have this really nice, and honestly you could reuse it for other doors. And what you're going to do is just kind of put it on top of this door like this, and you can see the static kind of clings to it. And then we're going to grab, and this is just going to be temporary, so you don't need to have it sitting there for too long. And then you're just going to grab your tape, give it a nice long one, and then we're going to go ahead and just tape it. You don't need it super close, okay, to the actual glass, because you'll need some space. And that's really all you need to do. And now, when you actually tint, you're going to get a lot of water. This is completely protected, and it just kind of drips down, and then your cleanup is going to be far easier. So like I said, you can reuse it for the back or the other window once you're done with it, or if you have 4 trash bags, you can go ahead and do that right away. So now that the door is protected, we're going to go ahead and talk about slip solution. Like I said earlier in the video, you do want to use distilled water, but if you don't have distilled water, you could use normal water, but that's what we recommend. If you have like reverse osmosis or filtered water, that works great too. So you're going to go ahead and fill it up to 1,000 ml, which there's a little label right there. And then once that's good, you can actually grab these, and this is actually the same solution that we use for our PPF, but it works really well for tint. And you're just going to do this and put all of it in there. So for DIY tinting, we actually recommend 2 packets. Why? Because you want a little bit more slip so that you can slide around when you're actually installing. And you're going to put every single drop of this, like folding it like this, and putting it in. And this is what makes a kit so easy, is that you don't have to worry about using syringes or anything like that. You know exactly how much to put, and the packets and then go ahead and just do this. And then you don't have to go aggressive. Do a little swish. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you're done. And now this is going to be your slip solution and what you're going to be using to actually either shrink or even slide it around. So that pretty much settles everything that you need to prep. We're going to have another video that talks about based on the product that you receive, and we'll show you step by step on how to install the tint.